Good day, students. Continue our lesson. Now go to the new topic named the expectation of continuous random variable with the normal distributive density. Write this topic, the name of this topic, the mathematical expectation expectation of the continuous random variable of the continuous random variable with the normal distributive density It is the name of our first topic. First, I want mark the following fact. Mathematical expectation has several synonyms. Mathematical expectation itself is named, can be named simply expectation and also mathematical expectation. And mathematical expectation is also the expected value, is also the probability distributive center, and also dispersion center. Now first write the synonyms of mathematical expectation. Expectation, also mathematical expectation, or expected value, probability distributive center, and dispersion center. First, translate into Azeri the name of the topic. Paylama sıxlığı normal olan kəsilməz təsadüfi kəmiyyətin gözləməsi və yer riyazi gözləməsi. And they are the synonyms of mathematical expectation. Sinonimler: expectation gözləmə, mathematical expectation riyazi gözləmə, expected value gözlənilən qiymət, probability distributive center ehtimalların paylanması mərkəzi, dispersion center səpələnmə mərkəzi. They are the synonyms. Now remember the formula of mathematical expectation for continuous random variable and the formula of the normal distributive density. Mx is integral from minus infinity to plus infinity x multiplied by f of x dx. It is the formula of mathematical expectation for the continuous random variable. Mathematical expectation of continuous random variable. Random variable. That is kesilmez ters orantı kemetin riyazi gözlemesi. And remember form of the normal distributive density. F little of x is equal to 1 over sigma square root of 2 pi divided by e to minus x minus a squared over 2 sigma squared. It is formula of normal distributive center. Normal distributive center. Normal distributive density, density. That is normal paylama sıklığı, normal distributive center. Then substitute expression of normal distributive density instead of f of x in the integrand f of x, and then find the expression, find the value of expectation. Continue. Consider the expression of normal distributive density in the expression of mathematical expectation. mx equals integral from minus infinity to plus infinity x multiplied by the expression of normal distributive density 1 over sigma square root of 2 pi multiplied by e to minus x minus a squared over 2 sigma squared dx. Then here we can take 1 over sigma square root of 2 pi out of the integral symbol and rewrite x minus a squared over 2 sigma squared as x minus a over sigma square root of 2 squared equals 1 over sigma square root of 2 pi over integral from minus infinity to plus infinity x multiplied by e to minus x minus a over sigma square root of 2 squared dx. Then use the following change. Change the expression in parentheses, that is x minus a over sigma square root of 2 by new variable t. Let it is t. Write change. Let x minus a over sigma square root of 2 is t. Then from here x is a plus sigma square root of 2t. Further, we must change also dx. Dx is d of a plus sigma square root of 2t. And the differential is the derivative multiplied by differential of argument. it is a plus sigma square root of 2 1 by t prime multiplied by dt. Derivative of sum is the sum of derivatives. A prime is 0, and derivative of this expression is the simple coefficient sigma square root of 2. That is, we have sigma square root of 2 dt. And then also we must look at the integral limits. These integral limits satisfy the old variable x, and but we won't have the integral limits for the new variable t. If here low integral limit is minus infinity and upper integral limit is plus infinity. If x is minus infinity, then substitute minus infinity instead of x. We have minus infinity minus a is minus infinity, because if subtract the constant value from minus infinity, then we will again minus infinity. And minus infinity divided by positive number is also minus infinity. T is minus infinity. But if x is plus infinity, if substitute plus infinity instead of x, plus infinity minus a is plus infinity divided by sigma square root of 2 is plus infinity. T is plus infinity. Here changing ended, and then continue calculate the integral. The given integral is definite integral, and also it is improper integral, because this integral has infinite integral limits. And here the integral limits are minus infinity and plus infinity. It is improper integral. Improper integral. Continue. One over sigma square root of 2 multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity. You see that here the integral limits are not changed. X is a plus sigma square root of 2 t multiplied by e to minus t squared, and multiplied by where dx, it is square root of 2 sigma square root of 2 dt. Then we can take sigma square root of 2 out of the integral symbol, because it is a constant factor. Continue. Sigma square root of 2 over sigma square root of 2 pi over integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, a plus sigma square root of 2t multiplied by e to minus t squared dt equals. Then we can simplify by simplify coefficient by sigma square root of 2, and then we have only 1 over square root of pi in front of the integral. And here we have sum in the integrand, and you know that the integral of sum is the sum of integrals. Separate this integral by two integrals. Integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, a multiplied by e to minus t squared dt, plus integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, sigma square root of 2 t multiplied by e to minus t squared dt. Then continue. Now we can take the constant factors out of the both integral symbols. Here we can take out of the first integral symbol and sigma square root of 2 out of the second integral symbol. Then continue. Equals 1 over square root of pi multiplied by a integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of e to minus t squared dt plus sigma square root of 2 multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity t multiplied by e to minus t squared dt equals. It is known that this integral is equal to square root of pi. This integral is known from the calculus, and here we can introduce t into the differential, and you know that the t dt is 1 second dt squared. 1 second dt squared, and this formula is one of the anti-differentials. Continue. 1 over square root of pi multiplied by a multiplied by square root of pi plus sigma square root of 2 multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e to minus t squared multiplied by 1 second dt squared. Continue. Then we can take 1 second out of the integral symbol and then open parenthesis. Then we will have 1 over square root of pi multiplied by, square root of pi multiplied by a multiplied by square root of pi plus 1 over square root of pi multiplied by sigma square root of 2 multiplied by and multiplied by 1 second multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e to minus t squared dt squared. Continue. Here we can simplify by square root of pi, and then we have here only a plus. Here we have sigma over square root of 2 pi multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of e to minus t squared dt. Then dt squared, for finding this improper integral, we must also introduce negative sign into the differential symbol. If write here minus t squared, then also must add the negative sign to this coefficient. Equals a minus sigma square root of 2 pi multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of e to minus t squared multiplied by d of minus t squared equals. And if substitute minus t squared by u, then we will have the following expression e to u du, but it is d of e to u according to one of the anti-differentials formulas. Then we have a minus sigma over square root of 2 pi and by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of d e to minus t squared. Then you know that the integral of differential is the expression of differential expression. Then we have a minus sigma over square root of 2 pi multiplied by e to minus t squared with a double substitution from minus infinity to plus infinity equals for the calculating this expression we can represent this expression as 1 over e to t squared. A minus sigma over square root of 2 pi and by 1 over e to t squared with double substitution from minus infinity to plus infinity equals, then continue. Continue calculating the double substitution. Double substitution is named in Nazari it is iki kat əvəzləmə. First substitute plus infinity instead of t squared, then we will have plus infinity. Also, if substitute minus infinity instead of t, then t squared will be also plus infinity. E to plus infinity is infinity, 1 over plus infinity is 0, and this term is 0, and then we will have a minus 0 is a. Thus we obtain the very important result. Mx is a. Here a is symmetry center of the normal distributive density. Symmetry center, and thus mathematical expectation of continuous random variable with the normal distributive density is equal to the symmetry center. Already you know that the normal distributive density is the symmetric function with respect to symmetry center a little, and but also you remember the theorem about of the median of the continuous random variable with the symmetric distributive density, and in this case the median is equal to the symmetry center. It means here mathematical expectation is also equal to the median of the continuous random variable. But also you know that the point A is the mode of the continuous random variable, because what is mode? Mode is such a value at which the function has the maximum or the greatest value. Therefore, a is also here for the symmetric function is mode. Thus, a here symmetric center, also median, also mode. And then now remember the graph of the normal distributive density for this, construct the graph of normal distributive density. One over sigma squared of 2 pi. 2 pi. F of x is 1 over sigma squared root of 2 pi multiplied by e to minus x minus a squared over 2 sigma squared. Here a is symmetry center of this function. Symmetry center. Because the branches of this graph are symmetric with respect to vertical line x equals a. Its equation is x equals a. And also repeat that at the point A, our function has the maximal, the greatest value, equals 1 over sigma squared root of 2 pi. Therefore, it is also mode, the mode. And remember such a theorem about that the median of the continuous random variable with the symmetric distributive density is equal to the symmetry center. Therefore, the point A has several names. It is. First, it is symmetry center. Or center. This is British record. This is American record. Symmetry center. Then it is also mode. It is also the median. And now we obtain that it is also expectation. It is also mathematical expectation. It is also expected value. It is also the dispersion center. And it is also probability distributive center. In nazari they are simetri merkezi, moda, median, gözleme, riyazi gözleme, gözlenilen kıymet, sepelenme merkezi, dispersion sepelenme, ihtimalların paylaşma merkezi. Our lesson ended, Thank you for your attention. Goodbye, students.